And before someone asks, well, what should we do then? If we don't support power, what should we do? Stop confusing voting with power. Stop giving loyalty without leverage. And stop rewarding neglect with obedience. See, power isn't about liking a candidate. Power is about organized demands, economic pressure, policy enforcement, and withholding support when nothing is delivered, period. Because if a politician knows you'll vote no matter what, you've already told them they don't owe you a damn thing.
This seems simple to me. Why would I show loyalty to red or blue when my relationship with either side is strictly transactional? See, what I've realized is this whole thing is nothing but a fight for resources. And every other race and ethnicity figured out a long time ago that this is a team sport. So when it comes to things like economics, housing, or education, these other groups don't care about nobody but their own. So I don't want to hear about the differences in the parties, because to me, they're one and the same. And the only thing I care about is who is going to give foundational Black Americans a better chance at creating wealth, a better chance at educating our children, better access to housing, who's going to cut the check for reparations, and who's going to stop these immigrants from coming over in droves. Because one, that's diluting our voting power. And two, a lot of them come over here with the same anti-Black racism as the YTs. So my message to Black Americans is, it's time for us to normalize caring about us and us only, just like everybody else does. Now that we got that out the way, let's dive into this reaction video and shed some more light on why there's no difference between Democrat or Republican.
They're both on the same side. Some of y'all have let them use the division game and divide us against each other when the whole time they've been on the same side. It is not possible for someone to be a threat to civil rights, a threat to democracy, and a threat to women having rights to control their own bodies, to be all jolly with someone who failed to protect these things if they're not on the same side. How would it look if Hannibal Lecter wanted to put you on his dinner plate, and then I said to you that I would stop him from doing that, and after failing to do that, I turn to Hannibal and say, hey, would you like to go out for golf sometime? I mean, I know he's about to saute you with ginger and garlic, but it doesn't mean we can't be civil. You think Biden doesn't benefit from the tax cuts and reparations for the rich that Trump is going to implement? It may not have been what he said he wanted to eat, but Trump's putting you on Biden's dinner plate too. They're on the same side.
Exactly. I don't see no difference between Donald Trump and Chuck Schumer. I don't see no difference between J.D. Vance and Joe Biden. These are all two peas in the same pod. Now, the only thing I care about is who wants to negotiate with foundational Black Americans to give us what we need. I don't owe no party loyalty to any one of those racist white boys, because they all the same.
So I asked AI, which political party is best for Black Americans, Republican or Democrat? And this is what the response was. The Democratic Party courts Black voters heavily, especially around election time, because they rely on the Black vote, particularly Black women, to win elections. They push policies around civil rights, social programs, and criminal justice reform. However, when it comes to actually delivering on these promises, progress is often slow or non-existent. Democrats have historically played a role in policy that disproportionately harm Black communities, like Joe Biden's 1994 crime bill, which expanded the prison industrial complex. Bill Clinton later admitted that parts of his legislation had devastating effects on Black Americans. Democrats tend to focus on social safety nets rather than actual economic empowerment, while programs like welfare, food assistance, and healthcare expansion help struggling communities. They don't necessarily create long-term wealth or economic independence. The party often focuses on performative politics, things like kneeling on kente cloth, or promising reparations they never actually pursue, rather than structural changes that would significantly alter Black Americans' economic and social status. Republicans, on the other hand, market themselves as the party of self-reliance, business, and economic opportunity. However, their policies often ignore or even worsen systemic barriers that keep Black Americans from accessing those same very opportunities. Many GOP-led states have passed voter suppression laws that disproportionately impact Black and minority voters. Additionally, they often oppose policies aimed at addressing racial disparities in housing, education, and healthcare. The Republican Party has a growing Black conservative base, but a lot of their outreach relies on figures like Candace Owens and others who spend more time criticizing Black culture than actually presenting policies that uplift the community. There's also a noticeable dismissal of systemic racism as a legitimate issue. Republican policies tend to favor the rich and big businesses, meaning that unless you're already wealthy, it's unlikely that their economic strategies will directly benefit you. They push for low taxes and deregulation, which can help entrepreneurs, but at the cost of workers' rights and social safety nets. So what's the real move? Neither party is the answer. Black people should be strategic, not blindly loyal to any party. Vote based on policies that directly impact your wealth, safety, and future, not just based on tradition or party affiliation. Demand tangible benefits. Hold politicians accountable. If they aren't delivering policies that create generational wealth, protect Black communities, or increase opportunities, they don't deserve our votes. Politicians respect money more than votes. Black communities should focus more on economic power, business ownership, investing, and collective wealth, so that political leaders are forced to cater to our needs, not just our ballots. Instead of being solidly Democrat or Republican, Black voters should act as a swing block. Politicians and parties should have to work to earn the Black vote, not take it for granted. Finally, neither party is truly for Black people, and both have historically played a role in our struggles. The real power move is not getting caught up in party loyalty, but demanding policies that actually benefit Black communities.
Grok broke that down beautifully along with my sister. I don't know what it is about us, but we trying to show party loyalty to either side. Black MAGA or my conservative brothers and sisters, and my people who voting blue no matter who. I don't know why we're showing party loyalty to either side when the Republican side is going to say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and act like there's no systemic barriers in the way. While the Democratic side is going to acknowledge those systemic barriers, but then don't do nothing about it. We got to come together and then force them to do something for us by saying, if you don't, we're going to hold the vote.
I am FBA and Democratic. You have voice support for Trump, which is the ultimate betrayal of humanity. Listen, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Kamala Harris either. People always say, well, you got to pick the lesser of two evils. I ain't finna pick nothing evil. You know how stupid that is? You know how stupid that is? I got a choice not to pick either evil. Evil side, right? But I can say I like what he did. I like what he's doing with immigration. What's wrong with me saying that? Even with the Democratic Party, I like what they did with the credit. You know, with fixing your credit, making it a little easier to fix your credit. I like that. So there are things that each side does that I can agree with. You get what I'm saying? So it's okay. Listen. It's okay. It is okay to agree with what people do. That's why I'm in the middle. I'm not a Democratic prostitute and I'm not a Republican prostitute. I would never prostitute myself out for these people. There are Republican, strong Black Republican supporters that are hoes for them, bro. They hoes for the Republican Party. Just like there are Democratic hoes, bro. You got Democrat support that are hoes for the Democratic Party. Guess what I am? I'm just a trick. Yeah, I'm a trick. You know what I mean? I'm going to pay. I'm going to pay for the hoe on the Democratic side. And I'm going to pay for the hoe on the Republican side. You know what I'm saying? It's two hoes telling me which is better. Right? Which is better. And I'm just looking at the one who can twerk a little better. And it seems like the red is twerking in my favor. Especially with this immigration. You get what I'm saying? Because, see, a lot of people don't understand is how immigration bring a lot of anti-Blackness here.
Exactly. People try to avoid that conversation that when these Black Democrats come out and they pound in the table for immigration, as a foundational Black American, I don't agree with that. You're not going to shame me into feeling bad about not supporting immigration when they are very hostile towards me and my community? Why would I want a bunch of people flooding over here in America who don't like me? It makes no sense at all. And so you're not going to shame me into thinking, nah, just let everybody over here. These people are not our friends. So I don't want it.
It's a lot of people that come across this border, that fly over here, that float over here, that has something against Black Americans. So why would I be okay with, I'm already dealing with racist white people on the left and on the right? Because the Democratic Party is racist also. Can you admit that? And the Republican Party is racist also. Can you admit that? Well, I know you're going to admit that. Yeah, Trump, because I know Trump get y'all booty cats in like this, right? But why should I compound that with all these immigrants that practice anti-Black hatred? You got immigrants come over here that want to be like white mom and white dad. So they take on white mom and white daddy ideology. You have Africans come over here that's very hostile towards Black America. You have Mexicans. There's a history in America how these Mexicans treat Black folks out here. Okay? And you have other groups out here that don't rock with us, bruh. They just don't rock with us. So I'm already dealing with this. Now I got to deal with the buffer class of people. Hey, man, Trump, do your thing. I can agree with that. I honestly can agree with the immigration. That's the main thing that I agree with him on. You think I like to see my people getting harassed in Chicago or harassed in D.C.? I don't like that shit. But guess what? When has there ever been a time of the Democrats that we felt safe and of the Republicans we felt safe? There's no time in history where Black folks were just resting. Under Obama, a lot of Black people got underlined by the police in Democratic cities and some in Democratic states. It's okay. It's okay to admit that. When has a time that Black people felt safe in America, period, under any president? So the shit that's happening in Chicago, the shit happening in D.C., are we surprised? We prepared for what's coming. Okay? But no, I'm not a Democratic hoe or Republican hoe. let me separate myself. I'm down the middle. Who can do better for me? In my personal opinion. I can't knock what you like, but don't knock what I'm bucking for, man. Shit. I don't feel just because I don't feel sorry for people getting sent back home. That's me, man. Right.
And that be the issue sometimes. They'll come out and tell you, choose the lesser of two evils, right? That's what they tell you. But when you choose the lesser of two, whatever side you don't choose is going to have a problem with you. So you got to just be unapologetic about, I don't care which side it is, whoever's going to give me what I need, that's what I'm doing. And if we come together like Voltron and start doing that as a collective, both sides are going to be in trouble. Because now the Republicans is going to have to negotiate with us and the Democrats is going to have to negotiate with us. But until then, we're just giving out our vote blindly to either side, depending on who you are. That don't make no sense.
Black folks, let me tell y'all about these presidents. I'm going to talk about the Democrats and the Republicans because a lot of y'all think I'm in bed with one party, but no, I don't like politicians. Neither party has done anything for Black folks and everything for everybody else. George Bush, he sat his ass in office, ignored us after Katrina while Black bodies floated on TVs like it was normal. Old saxophone playing Bill Clinton, he signed the 1994 crime bill that militarized police, exploded mass incarcerations, and decimated Black families, then smiled in our faces as he played his saxophone. Barack Obama, that was a symbolic victory. Historic phase, but no reparations, no targeted Black economic policy, no justice for Flint, no dismantling of mass incarceration. He was representation without repair. Blackface. Oh, and Donald Trump, open contempt. Dog whistles turned bullhorns. He didn't pretend to like us, and yet we still voted for him. And here's the part that we don't like talking about. Both parties use Black people every election cycle. They show up every 4 years or during midterms. They memorize Black pain like it's a script. They promise after the elections, then they disappear once the votes are counted. Republicans, Democrat, Independent. A politician, y'all, is a politician, period. That's what I want y'all to understand. Different costumes, same outcomes. And before someone asks, well, what should we do then? If we don't support power, what should we do? Stop confusing voting with power. Stop giving loyalty without leverage. And stop rewarding neglect with obedience. See, power isn't about liking a candidate. Power is about organized demands, economic pressure, policy enforcement, and withholding support when nothing is delivered, period. Because if a politician knows you'll vote no matter what, you've already told them they don't owe you a damn thing. And that's why nothing, y'all, ever changes in our communities. I'm Dr. O, y'all, and I'm out.
Shout out to Dr. O. Spitting nothing but facts. I don't know where we came to where we just voting for either party no matter what they do. We done turned this into a game. If you on the right and if you on the left, we should be out here stomping saying we ain't voting for neither party until they come to the table with specific stuff for our specific ethnic group. And if you don't, we're just going to sit on the couch. Once that happens, what do we become, y'all? We become the swing vote. Now both parties is saying, because all they want to do is win. Republicans and Democrats don't actually care. They just want to win, right? And that's okay. Okay, if you want to win, you're going to have to come negotiate with us then. We become the swing vote. It really is just simple math. And once we start to do that, now we hold the power. The first step to that is sitting on the couch if they don't give us nothing. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out.